You know, we create our own tyranny. We create our own suffering. In my own lifetime, I guess I can name a dozen Holocausts. You don't have to go to foreign countries to see the horror of tyranny, murder, mayhem, killing, plunder, violence. In our own country, like, there's 50,000 people murdered every year, if I'm not mistaken. It's the size of a medium-sized American city. The kind of people exist, and we bring them into existence. But we don't do anything about it because it isn't big enough to make a fuss. Perhaps what would people think? Or, you see, we would look silly to make such a small point. And so we wait, and we delay our outspokenness. And because we delay it, we lend strength, we lend power to that injustice. Because we allow that moment to pass unchallenged, we are actually giving it strength. There are forces at work, and those forces at work operating in other people, they test us, and they scan us, and they scan us for weakness, and they test us to see how much they can get away with. And there's a certain amount of identity and reassurance that comes from giving in to tyrants. Because once we fail, as we begin to be tempted, meaning the tyrant scans us to see whether we have courage or not, he then is encouraged by our failure to detect the imposition. But we didn't have the courage, or maybe our training would teach us otherwise, to be more kind to people. And so we think that we have love, and when we think we have love, we don't want to fight with anyone. We have been trained to give in to avoid arguments, so maybe that's the reason. And so whatever the reason is, you give in, and that point that you miss, the smallest, slightest things, is beginning a journey into your hell, your private hell. And everyone has a private hell, and everyone has a tyrant in their private hell. I believe one of the founding fathers said something about the democracy gives everyone the right to become their own tyrant. And that's about right. We're addicted to the approval of tyrants. You are slaves, all of you. You may be legally free to some degree because you've inherited good laws from your forebears who fought against slavery, who came out of that slavery. But you are mostly slaves, and even the doctors who treat you are enslaving you. I want you to know that. And the psychiatrists and the ministers, even they who are supposed to preach you the gospel of freedom, you're addicted to your church. You're addicted to words and hype and glitter and glamour and music. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? And so, you become enslaved to that which violates. You become enslaved to that which seduces, and you're all seduced. I mean, you're all into your creature comforts, and your character has been made worse.